Today we are going to do a quick video because I really want to talk about this. We're going to be talking about the Travis Scott concert and what happened there. I had never heard of him before. Once I started seeing all of these videos all over YouTube and hearing these kids talk about what it was like to be there. Not a Christian, they don't really necessarily believe in God or the devil, but they do believe that it was demonic. I did come out of witchcraft, and there is a lot to be said about symbols. Just real quick before we get into it, I want to ask you to think about something. If I am wearing rainbow clothes, let's say, what would that say about me? Does it say something about me? What if I was wearing a military uniform? Would that say something to you? Would that tell you something about me? What if I was wearing a leather jacket and leather chaps? That's going to tell you something. Those things that I'm wearing, I am either telling you that is how I identify. That's who I identify with, this group of people, these different groups of people, or I am supportive of. I either identify with or I'm supportive of. It's one of the two things. So we're going to go ahead and look at some of the video and talk about that. Okay, I want you to notice the stage. It is an upside down cross. And to get into the concert, you have to walk through Travis Scott's mouth, this head. It's a skull. It looks very demonic. And the backdrop for the stage itself, it looks like a mountain range with a cave in it, or like a portal or something. Okay, so first of all, we see this stage that looks like it's set in a mountainside and it has a cave in it. In the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 13, when Jesus came unto the coast of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, "Whom do men say that I am?" And he later goes on to tell Peter, "Upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it." So that was in verse 18. Okay, the reason that I brought that up is because in Caesarea Philippi, the previous name of this place was Caesarea Pania. And it was named after the little g god that they served, which was the Greek mythology god Pan, half goat, half man. And this is who they worshiped in this place. And there's a place there that's in a mountainside with a cave in it. This is where the people would go to worship Pan in Caesarea Philippi. They would go to this mountainside and worship Pan and commit unspeakable acts there as their form of worship. Just a side note, the goat is the symbol of Satan. In Satanism, it's a goat head, if you ever noticed that. So they believed that this cave in the mountainside was the gates of hell. That's where the entrance was to hell. So all of these things were happening there. And a side note, Pan, back to Pan, it's actually where we get the word panic. Because Pan was not only the god of music, but of panic and fear and chaos. He created fear. Like I said, he was also the god of music. Even in the movie The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe in the Chronicles of Narnia, Pan in the movie lulled Lucy to sleep with his music. And even, you think of Pan in your mind, he's playing a flute and he's luring, people are following him because of his music. So just as a side note, we look at that. The head, I can't remember the artist's name, but it was a depiction of hell. and it had a head in it, and people were going in the mouth. So if you notice the name of the concert, the Astro World, to me, coming out of witchcraft, that sounds like astral world. And that is actually what it would be symbolic of, going into this cave that's leading on the other side. That's one of what they had on the flyers. See you on the other side. To me, it sounds like astral projection. And I don't know if you know what that is. If you don't, go ahead and look it up, Google it. It's easy to find. But that's what it sounds like, Astro World. It sounds like astral world. Another dimension here that's sharing the same space, but spiritual. So, and this is a very real thing that people practice. It is a very real thing. So for him to be, having this concert named that, and all of the symbolism, and that's just what we've looked at so far. Let's keep watching. Let's look at a little bit more video.
Okay, this is a still shot of the stage during the concert. There's 8 pillars of fire, which a lot of people are recognizing as the same number of people that died. To me, you can really see that cave, that portal into hell, basically. And if I didn't know better and seen this picture, I would think that it was someone's depiction of hell. That's exactly what it looks like to me.
This world is like walking into another world.
Travis Scott is the GOAT.
Travis Scott is the GOAT? Did you catch that?
Help!
Yo, 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 You're good.
Okay, it's a little bit hard to tell in this video, but the cave where the stage is, how the lights are, it's creating that hypnotic spiral, which is actually a satanic symbol. It is designated as a satanic symbol. Okay, in this video, slowed down, I don't even know how I noticed this, but on the right at the top, it literally looks like a demon came on the screen. I'm going to actually show you that again. Okay, I want you to pay attention in this upcoming clip of what he tells the crowd to do. First, he tells them to point to the sky, and then he tells them to jump, basically jump on the people who are on the ground underneath. Later, he tells them to flip off the sky, straight up into the air, which is to God.
Point to the sky. Point to the motherfucking sky. What is that?
Okay, I don't really agree with the whole devil thing, but something about how he talks about the vibes were different this Astro World, and in the comments, everyone was talking about the frequency of the music they were playing in between sets, and that, clicked in my head. They started playing, they usually have DJs in between sets at festivals, but they started playing this weird bass, this just repetitive bass noise and nothing else. And right when this thing started playing, I was like, what is this? It was hurting my ears. But then I instantly got sick and I passed out on the floor. And I even told my friend before I passed out, I was like, I'm lightheaded. And then I was like, is this noise bothering you too? And then I passed out, woke up later. People were shoving drinks down my throat. They're like, are you dehydrated? Are you dehydrated? I'm like, no, get away from me. And then we go to Travis's set, we skip Lil Baby and SZA, and then I stand up because people start coming over there, and this sound starts playing again at Travis's stage, but it's way more intensified, and I start passing out again. And I wake up and I'm freaking out. I'm bawling my eyes out, trying to call and text my mom to come get me. I'm like, help me. Nothing's going through. I'm freaking out. I couldn't even, this was 2 hours before Travis was getting on, and I still couldn't get out of Travis's stage. That's how many people were over there. It was insane. The fact that there were like fences kind of like by Travis's stage, like keeping people like confined, that the only way out was to go against everyone. It was impossible to get out of there.
Okay, this is the low frequency sound music that she was talking about. Okay, these kids are imitating that sound, that bass, repetitive sound that's being played. Okay, as I said before, I came out of witchcraft, and to me, this would be evident of a spell being cast over the music and evident of it working. Okay, if you listen, you can hear him tell the crowd to put their middle finger up to the sky to God because they're getting ready to rage.
Make some noise. Everybody put a middle finger up to the sky because my boy ready to rage. Hell yeah!
Okay, just for reference, to rage would mean to violently jump up and down. Okay, here you can see that he has a bird's eye view. He can see exactly everything that's going on. And he literally had just got done telling everyone to jump up and down on the people under them. Okay, both the Eye of Horus and the triangle are satanic symbols as well, and that is what the stage is. And then also these hands over the entrance of the portal to hell, basically. That's what it looks like. That's what it symbolizes.
If everybody good, put a middle finger up in the sky.
Okay, did you hear what he told them to do again? He told the crowd to put their middle finger up to the sky again. So this is what the youth are this is clearly demonic. And this young man gives a very visual depiction of what happened as he was there. So he does cuss, so I just wanted to warn you, he does use some colorful language.
It just felt like we was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe, you couldn't see. Like just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like I kid you not. Like in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted, and the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning them black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. After tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you. Cause like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real.
Okay, this is the shirt that Travis Scott was wearing while he was on stage. And if you notice, there are, to the left, people that are blue, and they're going through this doorway. And when they come out, they're red with devil horns. So remember, the theme of his concert is see you on the other side, or meet you on the other side, or something to that effect. Okay, there's being claims made that they didn't know that there was anything wrong. That's why the show wasn't stopped. Whoever filmed this, filmed it with their cell phone from a distance, and we can clearly hear these kids saying, stop the show. That cameraman could obviously hear them as well. They didn't stop the show. That cameraman has an earpiece, guaranteed. They still didn't stop the show.
I forgive them. Face, hands over you, like my girlfriend had someone putting their arm above them, trying to use them as leverage to get above the crowd. Like, there was people just doing anything they could to just survive.
Within minutes of Travis Scott taking the stage,
We ended up falling down on our backs, and people ended up falling on top of us.
the 18-year-old Heights High School senior fell back with his girlfriend and her best friend, Brianna Rodriguez.
And you're just like suffocating. You're like counting your last breaths.
And you did too.
Yes, and I went to a state where I accepted that I was going to die.
As the crowd raged, Aiden prayed.
Prayed for him to accept me into heaven, you know, accepting him as my Lord and Savior.
In that moment, a miracle. Aiden says he locked eyes with a friend who dragged him up from a pile of people. His girlfriend rescued too.
She's shaking, she's crying, and she's asking me where her friends are at, and I don't even know where they're at.
With no sign of Brianna, the basketball player made this split-second decision.
I just felt like no one else was gonna do it, and it would save Bree, and it would save those people that were beneath my feet.
We now know the concert continued. Emergency crews eventually reached Brianna. The 16-year-old Heights High School student is among the 8 who died.
Everything feels like it's not real.
I've never experienced anything like that in my entire life. I haven't been able to stop thinking about what was happening all around me. It was so demonic. The energy was so demonic. The set was demonic. Travis was demonic. We were literally in hell. Like, it felt like we were in hell. Nobody could breathe. We were all suffocating.
Okay, so we've gone through some video and looked at what the concert, what the stage was decorated like, what the theme was, what the feeling was. All of these kids are saying that it was demonic, and it clearly was. I mean, if this is what somebody is presenting, then that is what they identify as. Let's be real. I mean, people might deny that what they wear or what they have around them doesn't mean anything, but it does. It does. So we don't have the luxury of standing in the middle of the fence anymore. We need to choose a side. So I hope this video opened your eyes, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I will talk to you in the next video. So bye-bye for now.